I'm coming to you with stories of the goons on a rampage in Maharashtra. Specifically, these goons were from the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, or the MNS, who vandalized the office of a prominent stock market analyst investor, Sushil Kedia, who has been vocal on the issue. There were provocative media posts challenging MNS chief Raj Thackeray, and the goons have struck. The post that was put out by Sushil Kedia, where he said that 30 years here still won't speak Marathi, has ignited a firestorm with MNS supporters accusing Sushil Kedia of disrespecting the Marathi culture. But is that the case really? Why did they do that? Or was that just an excuse for them as they go on a rampage targeting traders, targeting businessmen in Mumbai? What's the real reason? Sushil Kedia is breaking his silence on the show this evening. He's joining me live right now. Sushil, good evening. Well, you've been vocal on this issue, Sushil, and saw the video of those goons attacking your office, right? Why did they do that?
What is vocal? When you suppress anybody, a pressure cooker is not vocal. But when a pressure cooker ends up accumulating so much oppression, so much of steam and so much of pressure, so much of cooking has happened inside the pressure cooker that the whistle blows. And that blowing out of the whistle is not supposed to be interpreted as being vocal. नहीं सहन हो पाया तो बोल दिया.
No, why do you regret it, Sushil? Do you regret it? Because you're sounding, I want to check. Are you taking back what you've said?
No, you're jumping too fast to the conclusion.
Okay.
Let's at least go through the steps of what happened.
Okay.
I regret how I said. I don't regret what I said. I had no business sounding the tone in which I wrote that tweet that can easily be interpreted as intended to demean Raj Thackeray. I have no business to try to be mean to Raj Thackeray. Absolutely, I have no business. But when felt so pressured with these regular attacks on those who are not yet fluent in Marathi, and under that stress and duress, I could have been more mindful. And if it is violence that I hate, it is violence that is making me so troubled, then my own tweet, if it will end up adding to the atmosphere, then it is a responsible conduct, I believe on my part, and not the sign of a weakling or a डरपोक मानुष. डरने की क्या बात है? हमने अगर गलती की है तो उसको सुधार लेना. न कोई कमजोरी है, न कोई गलती है, न कोई कमजोरी है और न डरपोकपना है. So if my tweet was not exactly in very respectful terms to a senior politician, and it could have been easily interpreted as provoking things, so I did issue a clarification. But I definitely stand by an idea that, see, I'll give you my own example. I lived in so many places in India that I'm very comfortable in 7 Indian languages. But out of those, the one I've spent most time with, which is Marathi, and I'm most hesitant with it, because इस तरह का violence, इस तरह का provocation, यहाँ बात पे आए दिन मराठी को लेकर के जिस तरह से emotionally traumatized किया जाता है, और कहीं मैंने इस तरह होते नहीं देखा है. अगर कोई कहता है कि मैं मराठी बोलने में comfortable नहीं हूं, उसको भी आप insult के रूप में interpret कर लोगे, because it suits the agenda of some people. So then who are not fluent yet like me will be very hesitant कि definitely मेरे कोई मुंह से गलत शब्द निकल जाएगा तो बोलेंगे जानबूझकर मराठी को insult कर रहा है. So in a limitation of 280 characters that should be on a tweet usually, and the stress of so much violence, my tweet did not come out well. So I issued an explanation that I cannot be expected to become fluent in Marathi when I'm pressurized. A love for a language has to evolve on its own, which has evolved in my case with so many languages. Why shouldn't it happen with Marathi? And if you're intimidating and threatening me all the time, then there is a foul cry that comes out. कि भाई क्या करना है बोलो, कब तक डराओगे?
No, this is a dangerous precedent. Sushil, I'm
so my tone was not right, and I made a correction on my tone.
Sushil, I don't know why you're being so apologetic. I don't think you should be, first of all. Secondly, you have made a comment, and I'm reading out what you have tweeted, Sushil. You have said, this is the attitude of Devendra Fadnavis, and you have tagged this tweet. You have said this is the attitude of Devendra Fadnavis that will get everyone, including me, to speak Marathi with love. Right? Now, I want to contrast that. Speak Marathi with love, learn Marathi with love, versus speak/learn Marathi with fear. Now, is that the contrast you're trying to make? I mean, in a city where there are people from across the country, and I have too been in Mumbai, Republic was born in Mumbai. So, we have seen and adapted, and we all love Mumbai, right? Now, this was never the language spoken. But do you think there's a deliberate attempt to strike fear now?
Yes. So different flavors of leadership or politics, as whichever you might say. If Devendra Fadnavis ji states that Marathi के ऊपर अभिमान होना बिल्कुल उचित है, पर हम किसी को भी इस तरह से डराना, धमकाना, मार पीटने को, गुंडागिर्दी को बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे. So, while to have pride on your own language or any cultural thing or any social thing is absolutely fine. Without that pride, society does not thrive at all. गर्व बिल्कुल होना चाहिए. जब हमारे अंदर गर्व होगा तभी हम एक हो पाएंगे. पर जिनको अगर कोई भी प्राकृतिक कठिनाई है, भय है, दिक्कत है या किसी कारणवश वो पीछे रह गए हैं, तो ये कह देना कि आप हमारे जैसे नहीं बन पाए अब तक, इसलिए आप हमें अपमान कर रहे हो और हम आपको मारेंगे, कूटेंगे, ये बिल्कुल इलॉजिकल और इनकरेक्ट है. और इस तरह की इलॉजिकलिटी सिर्फ इसलिए होती है कि राजनीतिक ध्यान आकर्षण आपको करना है. So I am against intimidation. I am against threatening. I am against anybody insulting anyone. While you are so concerned about अपमान नहीं होना चाहिए, पहले मान कीजिए, अपमान तो बाद में आएगा. अगर मान ही नहीं बचने देंगे, इस तरह की मार कुटाई. See, there are hundreds of occasions on which I have been a blind champion of Raj Thackeray also. When he took up this Ajan issue, whenever he takes up nationalistic issues, whenever he takes up issues on which we are all going to be combined together, I tweeted vociferously in his favor in the past as well. So when I realized that he's been one person I have been very appreciative of, but out of the stress of the moment, if my tweet is less than tasteful, it's not at all apologetic. I disagree that it's apologetic. It's a rectification of a mistake I've made, a man I appreciate. But if this time his silence is letting his people go out and beat his own people for whom he is championed for my causes as well. So I issued that clarification. So Devendra Fadnavis' far more matured statement that we should encourage people to speak Marathi. If you give me that atmosphere, I may be more fluent in Marathi than other people soon.
Yeah. My last question to you, Sushil. Is this a dangerous precedent? You're an investor, market expert, businessman based in Mumbai. I'm sure this thought is going on or is lingering in the minds of other investors, other market experts, right? Is it a dangerous precedent? It happened to you today. It's happened to smaller, helpless businessmen, whatever the reason may be, right? But it's a dangerous precedent.
Mr. Kulkarni, I want to give this answer from two perspectives. Danger is a state of mind. So to a vast majority of people who are not yet so evolved and have seen the thick and thin of life, it is indeed a dangerous thing to have such kind of a violence, because with frayed nerves and emotionally charged up crowds, many unexpected things can happen which we will regret later. So violence and this emotionally charging up atmosphere is certainly dangerous for anyone. But at the end of it, to uphold truth and dignity, if we have to undertake certain risks, then we are upholding our duty. And upholding your duty was never less than risky. So if Krishna said, even if you die in undertaking your dharma, you shall go to heaven. So I'm not trying to say that I want to fight with anyone, but let's not aggravate things. Let's not label them as dangerous. Let's not accuse anyone. Let's all back off and calm down.
Okay. Are you safe now? Is your family safe? I'll leave you with that.
Safety is a state of mind. I have left it to God.
Okay.
Without God's will, not a blade of grass shall twitch. Yeah. So I leave it to Sri Krishna.
Okay, stay safe, Sushil. Thank you for speaking to Republic TV first. Really respect that and honor it. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right.